episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our supreme and master speakers, Omega Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Psyche, Azuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimstarter, Lily Black, Bob CC, Mikto Rapentau, Sapa Chakwatol, Edwin, Arcadia Lunarshine, Umbral Wind, Quick Levin, Pamela Isley, Camille Grino, Elendriel Maximus, Codrith Novelist, Mira Miri, Suno Chicano, Celestau Notrell, Lazy Boy, A Wild Sarah, Luke Osborne, Pandalu Stormarrow, Tex, Kylin, Anathus, Moonscar, Arthur Law, Beridan Derard, Cypup, Spencer Christmas, Noy Fafner, Cheshire Soltiri, Celine DeLune, Wubsta Wolf, Face on Masher, Severa, Circuit Barakeel, and AJ Brainswordson. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 329. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston, Mela Vanadar, and Rollo Des.
Hello. I see you've got your tree up.
Yeah, that's right. I pulled out this tree. I don't want to do this bit again. It runs on AA batteries, which I think are archaic and old-fashioned, but I find
love
that
AA batteries.
that's apparently...
What do you guys think about them?
I'm particular to C cells.
But anyways, every year it eats my batteries. They bleed a battery acid, and it's very sad.
It eats your batteries?
Yeah, it does.
Oh my Lord.
It literally makes them. It makes an incision in them, and they leak. It fell. So it doesn't matter because you'll never see this tree again. I'll just put it down here. Okay. Anyways, welcome to episode 329. It's December 10th, 2022. Let's talk about. We have to do this. What we're doing. For the rest of the year. This is the penultimate live episode of Speakers of Eidolon this year. Last live episode will be next week on the 17th. But as you're probably aware, we're going to talk about it in a bit, but the date for the live letter is at a point where we would not be able to talk about it until January 7th, which is when we are slated to return live. So what we're going to do, most likely, or we are going to do, is we're going to record an episode offline and then air it at a time to be announced. So you will still get the full, live letter discussion as expected, but it will not be aired live because that's literally Christmas Eve, which means I will be celebrating Christmas. That's the heathen that I am. That's Christmas for us up here in the north. So yes, that's our schedule. So 17th.
It may be shorter than a regular episode.
Might be,
or at least it won't. It won't be aiming for a specific period of time because it's not live.
Yeah, and we haven't fully figured out how to deal with like post-show stuff. Still,
you leave that to us.
We'll come back to you with more. We'll come back with more information on the 17th about the next episode. I believe so. Or the last episode of the year. That will be the last episode of the year, and then we'll be back on January 7th. So we won't be gone for long. Also, no real change to the Twitch channel. It'll still you'll probably actually see more during Christmas. So that's how it always is. It's a little strange this season. All right, let's move on. Yes, today's main topics. We're going to talk about the Game Awards. And we're going to talk about Starlight 2022, and of course we're also going to talk about the live letter, which is coming up. So there's that. We're also going to read your MogMail, speakersxiv.com/MogMail. We're clearing out our inbox. We do probably still need MogMail for next week, so last chance to get your MogMail in for the year. So speakersxiv.com/MogMail.
Live letter predictions.
Yeah.
What you want for Christmas.
Yes, stuff
That sort
like
of thing.
that. Remember, this is your last chance to talk to us. to talk to
Santa's
us.
listening.
Yeah, to have your MogMail on the show for this year. So get that in. speakersxv.com/MogMail. Stay tuned for the post show if you're watching live. We'll be answering questions from the Syndicate. Also for Syndicate members, since we don't know how post show is going to be on the recorded episode, it may or may not be the last chance to get your question from the Syndicate in for the year. Still, don't know if there's going to be a post show in the recorded version. So I'm just asterisk. I'm just trying to ask for questions from the Syndicate for next week. That's in the questions from the Syndicate channel on our Discord server for patrons. All right, let's jump into recent events.
Darkness or quietness.
Is it quiet? Ooh.
Yeah, it's quiet. I don't know if it
I
plays
could hear it now.
screen.
Oh, okay.
I could hear it.
I think it was.
Oh, you know what? I'm a little fool. That's muted the screen. Never mind.
All right, there
Amazing.
you go. Okay, let's start with the first story. The Game Awards, it happened. Boy, did it happen. We covered it. Mela, you have since watched it. Well, at least scrubbed through it. There was... we're gonna break down the whole Game Awards, I think. So let's just go into this whole experience. We were fooled. We were tricked. They said the show would
In
be
more ways than one.
Yes. They said the show would be 2.5 hours. It was not. It was three more than that.
Well,
3
okay,
hours
let's go
plus.
there. So it was supposed to be 2.5 hours. Then we were surprised with a half an hour pre-show at the start, which did not count towards the 2.5 hours.
Right.
And then it went half an hour late.
Yes.
So
Now-
ultimately, it was 3.5 hours long.
Now, one of the reasons why it went late was because someone decided to recite poetry.
Gettysburg Address.
Yes, they were going for a while. That's of course Christopher. Oh, what's his name? Judge. Yeah, voice of Kratos.
Yeah. It was like a 45-minute
He went
section
which.
Oof.
It was very stressful to watch because you know that in like
can't
award
interrupt
shows,
him.
No, in award shows they have a very strict schedule. There's lots of sponsors. They have times. You know, they have schedules to follow, and I felt the producers screaming in the room, be like, "Play the music, and they're like, "We can't!" And then at some point they just slowly start to like turn it, like they fade it up, fade it in, and he still talked over it for a long time.
It got quite loud before he stopped.
Yeah.
And he supposedly wasn't even finished. If you were to check his Twitter afterwards, he still had more to say.
Yeah.
I felt sorry for Al Pacino because he was just having to hover.
Let's not brush over that. Al Pacino.
Scarface was there. What the hell?
It was Mr. Duncan Cheeto himself. Was on the
Amazing.
stage.
It was.
Did you see how starstruck everyone was? It was amazing.
Because
Yes.
he's a real actor.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's a real person.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Grandpa's
I mean, I
on
get
stage.
it. You know, clout. You get the real Hollywood man's here.
yeah.
Embrace
Yeah.
the lowly video games.
Yeah. He looked like he was lost standing on the side there. There's also a point.
You couldn't read the auto cue.
Oh, that was so awful. I felt so bad. He's so old.
I feel like Luke Hill called it was like they're probably just increasing the text size for him.
Yeah, well, I
It's
said
like,
they're first of all they're definitely
that.
slowing it down. Yeah, it was funny. Also while Kratos was talking, there was like a shot where you could see all the crew in the background, and you could see the host keep like inching forward. He kept like, "Okay, dude, it's time to go." So that was very funny. But it was a very, despite that and despite things that we're going to talk about further down, it was a very concise show. There was not a lot of like, they showed premieres and stuff, but there were very little like sponsor like jacking off. It was like mostly
No.
Yeah, there was
short
no
ads.
Chick Hydrobot. There was no Dorito Pope moment.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit of cringe here and there.
A
That's
little
it.
bit, but
I think-
less than normal. So I think even that they
think-
cut down. Yes.
I think the most out of place was the get your Wendy's orders via Grubhub.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Sponsorship.
PUBG.
Yeah. It made me realize how ugly PUBG looks now.
That was PUBG Mobile. They were
Wow.
showing. They weren't
Yeah.
even showing the PC version.
Yeah.
They showed mobile.
Yeah, it didn't look good. Because one thing that problem I have with award shows, like I said when we covered, is like award shows are embarrassed of being award shows, so they want to show less awards and more just like boomers trying to be funny and musical things and stuff like that. So this time it actually felt like they were proud of being an award show and actually showed some awards, even though I thought some of the categories they brushed over a little quickly. Like you know, sometimes they do.
I didn't like
quick
when
fires.
they said like, here is the award for whatever, and the nominees are, and then they don't say any of them, and then they just go, and the winner is, and then say, I don't know. Every time they did one of those ones, it was annoying. 'Cause it felt like they were a lesser category, which seemed unfair on some of them.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I think each year, like there are some of those that get shuffled into the getting full presentations, and some of them that get shuffled out. I think to make it sort of like more fair. Like last year, best ongoing game was one of the ones that was announced on the main stage, but this year it was one of the ones that was shuffled through.
Yeah.
So I think they're just trying to do that. Whereas they stick to like for like best performance, like ones where there's like people in the audience that you can recognize, or not even recognize, but like you can put a face to them. They want to include those in the main show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe they could just cut down on some of the categories.
Really?
They should
The
bring back
categories.
Aisha Taylor.
They should.
Well, I mean, I
has
don't know
Aisha
if we
Taylor
need
ever
best-
hosted a Game Awards?
No, but they should bring her back
Esports
into
team.
hosting stuff. I think.
Okay.
I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think Aisha Taylor's a really good host
Yeah.
of gaming events.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele. Sorry, Peele. Just that was
Egan Peel.
Keegan Peele.
He was floundering there. That was not good.
It's bad because like he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
He can do stuff like sketch
mean
comedy really good.
Egan Michael Key.
Keegan
Yeah,
Michael.
Keegan-Michael
Sorry.
Key.
Oh yeah.
It's
You're
because
confusing-
Key and Peel is
you're
so
Peel is
It's so
different.
hard to
You're
separate.
fusing-
integrated.
You're fusing Key and Peele into one person.
I know. I'm fusing them. They're
Yeah,
just one
yeah.
person now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a funny guy, but just not here.
They have
He was out of his
Bad
element
material.
there. Yeah. He was going on about like Toad's like cap, and it was just
Yeah,
like
and I was like, this
cap
isn't like
hat. It was
funny. If
yeah.
you're trying to do like funny gamer humor, if you want to do mainstream gaming, you could do better.
Yeah.
You could at least do like, haha, the funny mushroom like weed drug. No.
yeah.
But I guess he couldn't because he works for the Nintendo. He'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So overall, a good show. We of course, unfortunately, our category was one of those that didn't get a lot of fanfare.
them.
Yeah, both of them.
Well, one of them has more of a kind of an interesting like tail end to it.
Are you talking about the community one?
Yeah, the community one.
So when they the community best community support award was presented by Discord, which
Shout out to Discord.
shout out to Discord, which I still find really funny because like I always forget his name, Dorito Pope. He was
That feeling.
yeah he was presenting, and then at some point he just goes.
Sorry, it's just like he's speaking to us because just this second I got an email from Jeff Keighley. Here's the full Game Awards in 4K
Wow.
Thanks for watching.
from Jeff Keighley.
Thank you, Jeff. So he was like hosting, and then he was like, go join our Discord server at like discord.gg/the Game Awards. It's so weird to hear that now because it's Discord.
Make a forum like a real adult. Come on.
At least
Join
it's
our
on a
forum.
gaming show. What about when it's on like the Oscars? Just make sure to join if you want to discuss
Join
the
the
Oscar
Oscars.
awards, join the Oscar Discord server.
I would
Discord
love
Oscars.
there would be fights in the Oscars Discord.
Oh,
I would
be so
I want to
toxic.
get in that Twitch channel.
Yeah, that would
People
be
who
awful.
get really, really into their films, and I would love to watch that.
Public Oscars Discord. We need that, please.
Good luck to the
Make that
mods
one
on
real.
that server. Awful. And it'd be funny because you'd have like Al Pacino, and you'd have like all these like
Yeah.
big like super members.
No, but they can
wouldn't
pick the
fucking join
username,
him.
so he'd be like, he'd be just Scarface Pacino.
Are you suggesting that Al Pacino has any idea how to use a computer?
No, they'd make
Of
him
course he
a
does.
But
they'd
what
make
a
him an account
great
that would just always be online.
alternate universe. It would be so funny.
Would he have Nitro? Probably.
Yeah, 100%. He'd be all blinged out. Oh, it was so funny. Anyways, so because this was sponsored by Discord, when they announced the winner of the award, they put the link to that community Discord on the screen. Now,
It's interesting because the category is for best community support.
Yes.
But it's sponsored by Discord. So
Yes.
then they want to make some sort of connection to that by including some sort of community Discord, even if it's completely unattached to the company.
Yeah, and that is a community-run Discord. I mean, it's the Final Fantasy 14 Discord,
It's a
which is the
subreddit
subreddit
Discord, too.
Discord. So it's kind of strange to do that, but I mean that's what they had.
Again,
And
funny.
It apparently resulted in the Discord being swarmed with new members.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
So hope you had a great 24 hours, 48 hours plus mods.
I'd like to welcome the Fortnite community.
that's my favorite part.
Yeah. So there is, like last year, there is this weird. Oh, okay. The Fortnite community does not like 14 because we won. We've beaten them before, and we beat them again this year.
Yeah. So, first time maybe it was a coincidence, now maybe not.
No, they are.
This was
So
for the
angry.
best ongoing award because.
Oh yeah, this time it was best ongoing.
Support.
Yeah. They are very angry because they're like, what even is it? Fortnite's the big. Come on. I feel like they're already showing why they didn't win the best community support award last year. This is why you are a.
I mean,
yeah, go on.
they're not even like. The thing is, this isn't even the public vote. Like, there, of course, is a public vote component to it, but it's not the public only vote one. This
Right.
is also includes like members of the gaming press and like development community.
So yeah, well, we won over you. So we,
I just think
See you
it's
next
hard
year.
to, with the way our updates are presented to us and how much of a stake Yoshi P and everyone has in the community, it would be surprising to lose because I don't know any games that do it as well.
Right. It's true.
Like even close. Most developers put out like a patch note.
Yeah, and then maybe
Some devs have like live streams. Like
yeah.
I remember when I started learning more about Lost Ark, they had a sort of Yoshi P figure in it, but he's retired now, so that's over for them. But I don't know any other games that have like such a big prominent. dev that-
Overwatch used to.
Yeah, Overwatch used
Overwatch
to, and he
used to.
left.
Yeah.
And then he hey guys,
And
Jeff
now look what
Kaplan
they've
here.
done. Jeff
Yeah.
Kaplan was so
We-
passionate about the game, and
We're nerfing Bastion and making his ass flatter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
it's a robot.
okay. So again, we won best community support and best ongoing game. So we won both of the categories that we were nominated in. So congratulations, everyone.
Good stuff.
Yeah. There were also some reveals, some game reveals during
That
this.
was what I was there for.
Yeah, that's there were some exciting reveals. I was very surprised to see the June open world MMO survival game.
That's
MMO.
been announced
Which one?
before, but it was only
The one that
in,
they showed it
The
on
fairy one?
June.
Yeah, the June.
Yeah,
DUNE.
DUNE.
Dune. Okay,
Dune.
sorry.
Dune.
I thought you were saying June. I was like,
No. Dune.
But you have to understand that this is developed by Funcom,
Play.
Yes.
Yeah.
and they are the
We're
ones who
gonna
made the
play-
Age of Conan's Exiles
Hmm.
MMO, which is like Rust.
Well,
so I think it's
also,
gonna be more like
excuse
that.
me. Also, they made the Secret World, which was
Oh,
like
that's
a
true.
great
That
MMO.
was a real MMO. Yeah. So
which
I don't know if it's going to be a true MMO.
But the
one.
problem,
Went downhill.
I don't like Funcom because they're very good at launching games, but they're not good at maintaining them. So I'm a
get in
little
there
worried
early
about
then.
that.
Have fun with it at first, and
You
then
can
just when
you can
when it
sign up
falls
for the
off.
beta. I may have done that. But yeah, Funcom.
And then we can see what's the worm? The sandworm.
Yeah.
We can see it, the
You
big
know how much
worm.
Roller loves worms.
Yeah.
Big worms. Yep.
I love a big
So-
worm.
So let's all go play June on a Tuesday.
Yeah, June on a
Yeah.
Tuesday.
June Tuesdays.
Yeah. Any other
Right.
any other game? Oh yeah, of course. Rollo has willed it into existence. Armored Core 6.
Yeah, listen,
Armored
fuck all,
Core's a brilliant game.
Yeah.
fuck all this Elden Ring, Dark Souls bullshit, Bloodborne. All that was just to fund Armored Core 6. They were like, we're not even like rebranding it to like be a fucking like reboot or something.
Uh-huh.
No, it's still number 6.
I'm
Sorry.
glad about that.
Yeah.
Armored Core is genuinely an incredibly good series.
Mhm.
Oh, listen, it is numbers go up the game,
Right.
except
Oh, but it was so fun to because you could have the weird leg modules and the different weapon types.
Yeah.
It was, and there was what was that? 9-ball was the evil one in like Armored Core 2 or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Armored Core was great.
We also saw Hades 2. Just straight up Hades
I'm
2.
so
Lots
excited
of-
about Hades 2. The first sequel that Supergiant Games are ever doing.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots
I was
of
surprised
men.
it wasn't direct sequel. I was thinking it was like a spin-off game or something until they revealed
I
the
don't know
name.
if it's going to be a direct sequel. Like, I think
Well,
it
like
might...
in terms of like a number though, I thought it would have been just called something else.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I can understand why the naming scheme might be confusing.
Maybe it's a prequel because isn't in Greek mythology all the Titan stuff happened first and then?
No, I think this is because it's after the Titans. The Titans are trying to escape in Hades 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and Kronos, one of them has escaped. So that's
Oh,
how
okay.
Yeah,
I
Kronos.
believe this is the plot.
All right.
That's gonna be big.
So that's big. There was also a Bayonetta prequel.
Didn't have a look at that.
Oh,
Baby
you
Netta?
didn't like it?
Well, I didn't like the style they'd gone for particularly.
Oh, okay.
Really?
It felt a little bit kind of like a rushed release to catch some of the hype that I've had around Bayonetta 3. Maybe.
Okay,
I
interesting.
mean, it looked nice enough. It's a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that invested in Bayonetta, but
very long
the
period of
Bayonetta
time.
games.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, sure, people will look forward to that.
The new Ken Levine game, Judas.
Judas, yes.
Which one was that?
Maker of Bioshock.
It's,
That's the Bioshock game in
yeah.
space.
Okay, yeah.
There's like 3 Bioshock like games because every Bioshock dev just went on to do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But he's the
But
the
Judas
original one.
is the one that looked the most like just Bioshock in space. So yeah, that looked great. We also saw something new. What was the I can see the logo. It looks like a 90s fantasy RPG logo. We talked about the design of that logo.
Oh yes. It
Um,
was an indie game.
yeah, it was like, Earth something. Was it Earthblade? Am I remembering
Oh,
this
it was the
correctly?
one, the Celeste developers game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one looked really
That looks
nice.
really good.
It's the one,
yes.
the Canadian
Celeste
one.
is meant to be very good.
Yes, that one looked good. The
Obviously, there's Death Stranding 2.
Yes.
I'm
Kojima's
still waiting for this one.
That was quite impressive.
Still don't have any concept of what Death Stranding 1 involves since I haven't played it or watched anyone play it. So
No, I still
Death
need to
Stranding
go
2
around playing
trailers
it.
was just as confusing.
yeah,
He showed Babby.
he showed Babby, but he showed a lot for a first trailer. That's very unusual
I
for him.
I feel like Kojima needs to push himself
He
back into the. But sometimes he's too artsy.
Well,
it's good to just.
I
see
like
some
that we have
outputs.
creative people like
Every
that.
game is like that. He makes.
Yeah.
Like we
He has
don't
a style.
really have. We've kind of moved on from the era of like video game auteur developers. Kojima's like one of the only ones left.
Yeah, and he gets to have Norman Reedus shirtless again, and I'm sure he appreciates that. Mads Mikkelsen too is probably going to show up all shirtless.
He wasn't listed in the cast.
Well,
listing,
it's a Kojima game. He might reveal that later. That's just there's a DLC, Mads Mikkelsen shirtless DLC. Love Kojima. He's a weirdo. I love that. And Death Stranding too.
Lad.
We're gonna have to play. We have to. So we're bumping up the priority for Death Stranding on the channel, so we can play.
Maybe after God of War.
Yeah, it's always been
maybe
we will see. We haven't. I mean,
we'll see.
We want to have it out. Have done the game before the second game comes out.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. Okay. Then there was
Diablo 4.
Diablo
has got
4
a release date.
Yes.
June 6th.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a cinematic trailer.
Yes.
Looked nice.
Yeah. It was
Street Fighter 6. June 2nd.
Terrible box
Street
art,
Fighter
by the
6.
way.
I don't understand. Oh yeah, the box art's horrible.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say you don't like.
I didn't
fact
see
that
the
you don't
box
like
art.
logo. I think the logo looks nice, but the box art.
actually
What's the box art?
when I looked at the logo again, I agree that it's actually more clever than I thought. It's like both the number 6 and the Roman numeral 6. So that's pretty cool actually.
Oh yeah, the box art is not that nice. Yeah.
No, the box art.
Compared to those old logos, though, it's so much better. Not including like SF5 or something, or maybe even 4, but like other ones always looked really nice and really stylistic.
Street Fighter EX.
Yeah. But this one's just like, oh, here's the new guy in the cover doing the.
Yeah, whatever he was called, Luke or something.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have the gravitas of a main character, which is
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not a strong move in my opinion.
No.
The series is based on its iconic characters.
Yep.
I mean, you say that Street Fighter 3 attempted to do this previously, and it didn't get received very well. So maybe they're trying again in Street Fighter 6. Maybe they'll succeed.
They get
this time.
received well. Just put Zangief on the front.
That's a strong move.
That's so
That's never been done before.
Yeah.
Zangief on one side, Blanca on the other.
Oh,
Yeah.
Blanca's pretty iconic.
Hot Sweaty Men Edition. Yes.
Yeah.
Staying in this lane, I guess Tekken 8 was also shown up with some
Tekken 8.
gameplay.
Jin Kazama.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fists will meet fate.
I
What
thought
was that
it looked
tagline?
quite
I'd
good.
forgotten that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had
Tekken always looks good.
some of my favorites. King.
Yeah. King, of course.
There's-
Martial law.
Mm-hmm.
The men in the series are going through a greater and greater bulking up across the series, is what people have observed. Like Martial Law, who is traditionally one of the more lethal characters, has now reached like Jin Kazama in Tekken 6 levels of musculature.
Yeah,
Right.
Law was always like a wiry character. Like,
He's been bulking.
Yeah.
Everyone has, apparently.
well, same for Street Fighter. They've got bulkier and bulkier as well.
I mean, that's what
That
happens
is
when
also
all you do
true.
is fight. You fight all the time.
Oh, I know. I mean,
mean-
yeah, they're getting wild.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Cyberpunk gets the expansion for Cyberpunk was released, or it's not released, but
That's
revealed.
quite good.
Phantom Liberty.
Again,
Idris Elba.
It's got Idris Elba. in it,
Yeah.
Every DLC will have a new celebrity. So next one will be Mike Myers.
Mike Myers.
Yeah.
I would love Mike Myers in like a really serious game as well. Like just playing a really sympathetic character. I'd love that.
Mike Wazowski.
What? You mean the fictional animated Pixar character?
But he's super serious. He's like, wake up, Samurai.
That would be interesting.
You've given me an idea, Rollo. I think Mike Myers would be a good villain in a Far Cry game.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, because
Sure.
he can play like crazy. So I think that would be
Yeah.
good. They showed there was a tribute.
Yo.
Yeah, to Kevin
Jake.
Conroy.
there was yes. Oh yeah, for the Batman, there was a new Suicide Squad game. Yeah.
Yes.
And that was nice.
Yeah.
The one thing that really came out of left field for me was there's a Hellboy game.
Yes, the Hellboy game. Yes.
Being developed by Telltale, but it doesn't look like a
Hellboy.
It doesn't really look like a point and click.
It looks okay.
Or adventure
it's
game,
incredibly like slightly overdone cell shade look. I mean, it looked very.
But weren't they going
for
the cartoon or the?
Yeah.
That's,
It looks
that's
good.
the aesthetic of the comics.
It looks
The
good.
comic. Yeah.
It's
Just
just
very dark.
it doesn't have the voice though. They didn't get him.
No, they didn't get him.
It's so hard to what's his face.
I see him. I see him.
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, Ron Perlman is Hellboy. Like it's alright.
Yeah.
I just thought that was a strange choice. Speaking of big names,
Yeah. Are you into
this crime boss game?
Yeah, this okay. What it sort of
What
the
the
whole
hell is
presentation of this is bizarro because
And
it
Chuck
was
Norris.
there were 3 crime bosses walking on stage. I'm assuming they are. I don't even know who they were. Some said they were actors. Sure. One of them looked like he was out of his mind on multiple things, and he he stuttered through some lines and tried to look scary. And then they cut to a trailer, which was very like. Are they trying to? So the game was called Crime Boss. Crime
Boss Rockeye Should I?
Yeah, Rockeye Should I? And it looks like they're trying to get into the like GTA market because even the artwork looks like GTA artwork. So,
But it looks like but with big names.
Yeah,
it looks like it plays like Payday. That was the thing.
It does look like Payday, but
I don't want to. No, if you're gonna get this many big names and you're essentially making like a blockbuster video game, don't make it just Payday.
Because this is by the people that made Payday, right? Is that might be why it looks like it? But
I think it's their publisher
or the publisher,
something like that. I don't remember.
The GTA market so far, they have essentially a monopoly on that style
I'm
of
up
game.
for people getting into the GTA genre.
Yeah, so I think
Sleeping Dogs,
and the only way I think to be able to get onto that market is by using big names as characters, and that's probably why they're doing this. That's a pretty clever thing to do. They even pulled Chuck Norris out of the cryo.
They have to pull that's the most like boomer kind of pull
Chuck
ever.
Norris is so cool, dude.
It's
like
Chuck Norris could punch your
Vanilla
head in.
Ice is there.
Like Vanilla Ice is funny, right? Like in an ironic way.
Yeah.
But then when you put it next to Chuck Norris, like, okay, now it's not like ironic. They just got Chuck Norris for some reason.
Yeah.
Which I don't even think like a 12-year-old today would find funny.
Right. Right.
Like that, like the Chuck Norris humor.
Yeah. Yeah.
GTA, I think it's a bold move.
GTA was Samuel L. Jackson in San Andreas? I didn't remember that.
Wasn't he?
But if he did, yeah, that's even. I feel like then that's it. This is even a bigger like dig at the game. They're definitely trying to get in here. There is an aesthetic here that they're trying to like pull people in with. It's interesting. They need some competition in that genre. So if that's what it is, I'm intrigued, I guess. The Lords of the Fallen, which is a reboot of the first like Souls-like game, like ripoff.
Yeah,
it was one of the first Souls-likes.
Yeah,
it was 2014, 2012 almost. So it was first on the stage and one of the worst.
Yeah,
this looks visually very appealing. I love the. I mean, I'm all good for this sort of medieval, gothic look like Dark Souls went for. So
yeah. It is apparently takes place 1,000 years after the original and in a world 5 times larger than it. So
1,000 years, and yet it's still medieval weaponry.
Yeah.
Hey, the world was like that for a very long period of time.
Also, remember, this world is not healthy enough to have to progress the way you would have naturally. They also announced Returnal, which was a launch title for PS5 to be available on PC in 2023.
That's pretty fun.
Only thing I was interested on PS5, aside from 16 now, so I won't be getting a PS5.
Right. Well, there you go.
That's fair.
And it's not even it's not even that great of a game. Like it's pretty like okay,
Okay.
but just like it just seemed fun, so I wanted to try it
I
out.
was
But
always intrigued with that
Yeah,
game.
that's all right.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I did buy a PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Fucking sucker,
Yogi's coming to the dark side.
excuse me?
sucker.
Yogi doesn't
Sucker.
want to have to wait half a year to play 16.
Yeah.
How dare I buy a modern console
Yeah,
relatively unavailable for almost
sucker.
3 years now?
You're just
Yeah.
getting it for 16, and they got you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No.
You know
That's
what?
how they
Robert?
get you.
I just got a PS4 for Final Fantasy 15, and I thought that was a worthy investment. Ultimately,
Oh my
Final
God,
Fantasy
that's
has
even-
always been the reason I've bought consoles. It's the only reason, and which is why my PS3 is so funny, because that's also why I got a PS3. But the game for that,
You love 13, right?
Well, no,
we'll
don't
see
say
how
any
much Nikhil
opinions
loves
because-
13 soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm not
next one.
allowed. I'm not allowed to express any opinions because I'm going to play it in a couple of weeks.
And nothing wrong with getting it to enjoy 16, Rollo. Don't bully Yogi.
Listen, that's
It's a worthy
that's
investment.
was it $600 sucker ticket, baby?
Yeah, and also what's actually
$800 Australian.
it's actually worse because you buy this now and then in probably a year or less than that they'll announce the Pro model, which
It won't be that big an upgrade, I don't think. The PS5
oh,
is an
you
incredible
wait,
console.
Mela. It's going to be small, compact. It's going to be like 4 times faster. Just wait. I'm just
4
waiting
times
I'm just waiting
faster.
to be bitter for a few years.
okay.
Yeah, I'm preparing.
I like how
for
you
the
even
worst.
preemptively
you know what,
get this.
Nikhil?
Yeah.
I want you to be honest with me because you were the early adopter of a PS5.
Mm-hmm.
How would you rate that experience so far of use and like was it worth it?
I mean, he's playing God of War, and he's about to play God of War Ragnarok.
Well,
Well,
I
God
will
of War was
say,
on PS4.
yeah,
And he's
all
played
of the
loads of other
games,
things.
most of the games except for 7. No, 7 is also on. All
Yeah.
of the
No,
games.
Oh, yeah,
are
not
playing so
that's
great.
right, Rollo. I'm also getting it for the second part of the 7 remake trilogy,
Yeah.
so shut the hell up.
That's gonna be on the fucking PS4 probably. I don't know.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's
They
not.
already
It's not.
Integrade's not even on the
Integrate's
PS4.
not.
Yeah, they've
Oh.
already cut off the PS4
Yeah.
now. But to be fair, everything that I have played so far has, except for Intergrade, has been PS4 games. So I wouldn't say that I've had any use really for it, other than it looks. I mean, I'm gonna say this: the PS4 is ugly. Sorry, the
like a
PS5.
console?
The PS5.
No, I
The
disagree.
PS5 is
I
ugly.
think it's a beautiful console.
Okay.
Too big.
Too big, yes, but otherwise it looks nice.
It is very like compared to the PS4 had such a nice fit. Like you could put it, you know, it fit into like a media, you know, a setup, right? A
This is the real
PS4
parts.
is like vertical, and if you want it to be horizontal, you have to like remove the back panel and like screw this like. It's so. I don't know. I don't really like the look of it. It's too big. I'm expecting the new version that comes out one day is gonna fix that and make it slim and nice because
Alright.
it's big. It's too big.
It's big.
What
I
a
think it
nice
looks pretty.
conversation to have just after I purchased one.
I'm sorry.
Yogi,
It's
Yogi,
fine.
I've had a lot
I
of
give
good
you-
experiences.
I'll deign you the title of Sucker Light.
No.
So
Okay.
there you go.
Well, we're all
Wow.
suckers. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 speakers are suckers. It is what it is.
Listen, I can't say anything. I got a fucking Switch like day one. And
Also,
I got a
you have a Steam Deck. So yeah.
Yeah, I have a Steam Deck too.
Yes.
Just to play games I can play on my computer. I have already.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Anyway,
you've played.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily comparable anyway, because I feel like you've played plenty of Switch games.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, true. But the Steam Deck. The Steam
that's a
Deck.
good move.
That's
to
a
play the
sucker
same
move.
games, I can play like a foot away from my
Yeah,
bed
yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
That's what the Steam Deck's for. I don't go
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Okay, anyways,
There
let's
was
get back
also,
on track.
A
Yes.
reveal trailer for the global release of the upcoming hit MMO Blue Protocol, created by Bandai Namco Online.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that MMO.
It's the anime one. Looks kind of decent.
Yeah.
but not like
MMOs. Like when I read MMO, like the only reason I am interested in like the Dune MMO is because I can't wait to watch it burn and fall apart because it's Funcom. But other you need to go hard if you're gonna go MMO. You're gonna because all MMO. Whenever
Protocol
I see,
is one of those ones you jump in on the first week, enjoy for a bit, and then close. It's not the next big MMO.
Well, Blue Archive has been in development for a long time. Like I remember hearing about it a while, and I think people thought it was dead for a bit.
Yes, I think they redid quite a lot of the game. I watched lots of it on YouTube and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the gameplay could be fun. It could be.
It looks good. It's just a nice, smooth action.
Yeah,
RPG.
but it looks very generic in terms of art style.
Does.
Like I think the novelty of like, oh, this game looks like an anime in motion is very like unless you're making it look good or really stylistic. Along with it, it's the novelties.
That is what wasn't that what we said when we were watching it? It felt like we'd seen it like 3 times already at that point. When we were
a lot of games followed that style.
It's like a Sword Art Online ripoff.
Yeah. And also, I was very surprised to see Baldur's Gate 3 has a release window. It was a release window, which is August 2023.
I may finally get it then.
How is it taking them this long? It's crazy.
But it's Larian Studios.
I just
remember when they release it, there'll be a definitive edition 2 years later as well.
Yeah. Yes. So
I know this is the style of development that people, I guess, some people like, and that this is the trend is now. I just wish people would just finish the game and release it.
I'm with you on that.
Being in open access or early access for like this long, especially in a narrative-driven game, which is still fucking weird to me.
Yeah.
This is our early access for like the first 2 chapters. What am I going to do? Just replay the 2 fucking chapters over and over and report bugs?
Yeah.
Like
it's so bad.
Like I'm not gonna bug test this for you. What?
You are getting the benefit of playing the game early, and we are getting the benefit of free QA.
That is true.
Yeah.
Like some games do it well. Some games it works perfectly. Like it's whatever. Or some genres it's perfect for. I don't think this is one of those genres. It works good.
See, they're making it too much like Divinity. Baldur's Gate is probably my all-time favorite game, the 1 and 2. They're so good. Really good story RPGs. So deep and interesting if you get into them. And I don't know, it's just Divinity Original Sin 2, but with new characters, it looks like.
Yeah, they're bringing back the one dude.
Yeah, they're bringing
Minsk.
back. Yeah,
Minsk. I forget his fucking name is Minsk.
With Boo, the space hamster. I mean, I love Minsk, but it feels. I mean, having him just feels more like it's Minsk.
It's fan service.
Yeah. Whereas the first 2 games took themselves very, very seriously.
Yeah. I
don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
It worries me.
They also announced a multiplayer Crash game.
Crash Bash or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's called Crash Team Rumble. It genuinely, like a lot of people from what I've seen are very confused as to what it even is. And to be fair, I don't know what it is. But my speculation based on what I saw was that it looks like a MOBA. It looks like
MOBA Crash.
Looks like the equivalent of Pokemon Unite with Crash.
I have some information on it. It is a 4v4 multiplayer game where you as a team you have to be the first to bank the most Wampa fruit in their drop-off zone while simultaneously defending the opponent's team's drop zone. So it's essentially
Pokemon Unite.
It just kind of sounds like Power Gem. Like I don't know if you remember that Dreamcast game.
Oh my god, yes, Power Gem.
Yeah, I know this is, but I feel like this game, like it looks like it perfectly, just with a different objective instead of just like
Power Stone.
Power Stone.
Power Stone.
Power
Stone. Yeah.
Power Stone.
That's such an old game.
But it's just like a top-down brawler.
It's such a weird reference when you have Pokemon Unite, which essentially plays like what Likil described.
Yeah.
No, but that's different because that's a MOBA. Power Stone is not a MOBA. It's a multiplayer brawler.
It could be close to that.
Could be.
Okay.
To be honest with you, if this is free,
It's not going to be free.
It's not.
If it's cheap, I'd be up for having it. Go on.
I hear this game is a bit rushed, so
It looked.
Are you saying this has been in development for a disproportionately long amount of time? If anything, I feel like it's gone through some sort of horrible development hell.
Well, no, I'm saying it's being rushed out the door after being in development hell for a while.
Oh, okay, that's what you meant.
Well, that is definitely not a good sign.
I won't try it anymore.
No, well, it's gone off it now. Okay, there was some Horizon Forbidden West stuff, like a new DLC, Burning Shores.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't played this game. It's one of those games that I want to play, but I always forget they exist. And then there's an E3 or something, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's that game. And then I forget it again. Yeah.
Always overshadowed by other games.
Yes.
Horizon forbidden from awards. Oh god.
There was new Star Wars, another game that I want to play that I always forget exists.
Is that Jedi Order?
Now it's Jedi Survivor, which is the sequel.
Is it still the same kind of like Souls-like thing?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
It looked like
I really want to play that too.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Hey, I mean, if you guys haven't played it yet and you don't have it, it's literally $5 on Steam.
Yeah,
I
I have to
do
remember to
have
do
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then,
Jedi Fallen Order.
of course. Well, do we want to? Let's do Mario first, and then we'll get into 16. The Mario clip.
Very much a clip.
It was a clip, and Mario didn't talk much in it, which helped tremendously on the quality. Yeah, we got to see the world. I feel like they were trying to make it look like certain sections to look specifically like Super Mario World in Japan, you know, the theme park. I could see it. And they're doing that on purpose, but that's fine. I mean, it wasn't that.
There's also a Super Mario World in California coming.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. So, yeah, no, looked all right. It looked good. I think the visuals of that movie is crazy. Looks so good.
It's really nice.
It's just a shame
animation.
that Mario is just voiced by White Man Jump Scare.
Is that what we're calling him now?
That's what we're calling him now.
He's not the biggest white man jump scare around, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah, he is. He's just a very generic man.
Yeah.
So, and he always just plays himself, and you can feel it. Even as Mario, it's just him.
No, everyone else is putting on a voice.
Yeah.
And he's just reading his lines.
Yeah.
No, I would say Charlie Day and Anya Taylor-Joy are using their real voices.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Well, the thing is, Charlie Day is a voice actor, and as a voice actor, I mean, he's a real actor too, like a live action one. But as a voice actor, he still like puts in the work and sounds good.
Yeah.
That fits good for Luigi, I would say.
Well, I think that Charlie Day just sounds like Luigi. I think that is a more logical casting choice.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the Mario movie, and let's talk about 16.
Yeah.
All right. Time for the big one.
Yoshi P on stage speaking English.
Oh, bless him. He did a good job.
Yeah. Didn't say much, but he thanked everyone for their support and all that, and then showed us a trailer, which
Revenge? Was that
Revenge?
Revengeance.
Yeah.
No, not Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
It had Raiden in it.
Now, what's a little sad about this is that the release date was already leaked because they made a mistake with they somehow released.
This is French again, wasn't it?
Was it? No, it wasn't the French. It was like some online store that had like accidentally released
Yeah.
the
that's
collector's
true,
edition
yeah.
information beforehand, and it already stated the release date. So June 22nd, 2023.
Well, for PS5 people, all right.
Yeah, for the
Meanwhile,
real
people that
people.
matter.
Yeah, for
Meanwhile,
people who care massive.
The real fans.
I will
Yeah.
be waiting 6 months until December. So I'll just be playing Dwarf Fortress for 6 months straight, just to make. That's how I fast travel through time. I just play Dwarf Fortress.
I mean, that's fair. It does work.
Yeah. So that's cool.
It looks so good.
The game looks good.
It's amazing.
I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a real banger.
It scares me because this kind of confirmed for me that something's happened to Joshua, and I always knew that was going to be the case. But the fact that we saw a still child Joshua with an adult Clive is unnerving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Getting
Joshua
stuck.
dies.
every time. Joshua Button, perhaps.
Joshua Button. Yeah.
Oh, you can just be like Heavy Rain. You can have the Josh button. Josh.
Josh. Just the
Josh.
entire game. Yeah.
Combat's still
Yeah.
looking really slick. It was the
Yes.
it's the DMC5 combat
Yeah.
design
Yes.
now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It should feel good.
Yes.
It better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to.
Well,
I don't want it
they
to
are
be
mar-
too flashy and over the top. I want to be able to.
They are
know what I'm
marketing
doing
it
as
as the first action RPG in the Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
mainline
which is a
franchise.
real kick in the teeth.
That is
Yeah.
so fun. I love that. That's. I know it's not a purposeful jab at 15, but I will say it is.
Yeah,
I think it is.
too.
I think I mean, I agree with you, but I also think it's also the fact that like it probably won't have the equivalent of a wait mode that 15
Yeah,
and to a certain
15,
extent 7 remake had.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
I do wonder if they'll have any kind of like assistance mode for people who don't like action games. Because I know there are a lot of
They-
mainline.
I think they're
Final
just
Fantasy
leaving them
games.
behind.
I think that's
no, I
becoming
think
the
there'll be a-
standard. They're probably going to be
I-
a mode for that. Of some
Yeah, there
sort.
will be, and I also think there'll be like a really like the equivalent of like a story level, the story mode that allows you to enjoy the combat at the most basic level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll one hit most things.
Yes. Yes.
I did. You know what? I will say I did like the little weight system thing from 15 though. I thought that was cool. Maybe you can bring that back.
The what?
The weight
I
system.
suspect they're not.
Yeah.
The-
That's why they're
Yeah.
marketing this as an action RPG.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know, you can pause it and then give the little action command. Oh, I guess 7 has that.
Seven has it.
remake.
The seven
Yeah.
7 remake series will continue that roller.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you won't be able to play.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I could play right now if I wanted to. I don't want to pay $70, $60 USD for it right now.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Anyways, 16. It's happening. It looks good. I
Yeah.
think we are in. I mean, I knew we were in safe hands the moment I knew UGP was on board.
Yeah.
Also,
2 Ifrits,
yeah.
2 Furious.
So Ifrits.
I wish I had the covers here for the games, but that's also been released. The album art, the game art. What is it? The game
Cover?
The game
cover.
covers.
The cover art
cover art.
for North America and Japan has been released.
Oh yeah, let me look that up real quick.
I
forgot to
wonder-
take-
I posted them earlier. I can find them. For
I
you.
do wonder if Europe is gonna have a different art style than North America.
Bring back the
just
pure
white with the
just,
logo.
It's so good.
But the
looking.
problem is that we've reached a
Oh, I
point
think that's
where
so boring.
you can't do it
I never
anymore.
liked it.
Oh, I kind of like it. It looks very aesthetically
love it.
pleasing
It's
when
so
you collect
classy.
them because they're
Yeah,
all
it look-
just
I
the
think it's the
same.
best version.
But it's just the
Ah.
logo colors that separates them.
I posted it there for you, Ronald, and I posted
Okay,
it in chat
that's
as well.
That's
The
not
left
bad.
one is the North American one, and the right one is the Japanese
Yeah.
one.
They both look
alright.
cool in my opinion.
They look
but
alright.
Yeah.
It's
I
very,
am down for
Japanese
the pure white.
it's very to me very like predictable. I mean, it's the Western style and the Japanese style are very like what I'd expect. That's the styles we like.
Yeah, I listen.
Yeah.
America man like it when the big box man is
Yeah.
bigger on the cover,
Yeah.
and Japan man like it when the concept art on the box.
Which is
yeah.
didn't happen with 15. The 15 one has them like pointing towards like Titan in the background. It's like,
Yeah.
look, it's an engine.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no, not Titan, just like Niflheim soldiers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weird
And
cover.
then the Japanese one is like the one where they're all walking along the road
Yeah.
with the car.
I would suspect we're getting the North American because on the Square Enix UK store it uses that.
Well, that might just be because it's
Okay.
not done yet. But yeah, well,
We'll see.
I don't think ours, the 15 one, was different from the North American one. I think we got this.
No, it wasn't.
We got a reversible cover though. You could reverse it, and then it would have the European style on the back of it. Just the
I hope
white
we get
cover.
reversible-
Oh,
Yeah.
I
we
didn't
get
know that.
reversibles too,
Yeah.
like when they don't have the logos on there,
Yeah.
or the little symbols for the ratings and all that shit.
Oh yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. Speaking of, the ratings for North America is also in, so that is mature as expected.
Big boy game.
Yeah.
For
Now we're
big
just
boys.
just waiting for Europe and their PEGI rating. It's obviously going to be 18, but then we're done. The holy
18?
Yeah, PEGI 18. That's our
Yeah.
mature.
Peggy 16?
What?
No, it's
16?
mature.
Are you mad? Mature is 18.
Okay.
For adults.
Yeah, it's for adults. It's got hate crimes in it.
It's got hate crimes and boobs.
Yeah. 16 is what 14 has. It's Peggy 16. That's too. I mean, they need to go up for 16.
I
Okay.
don't understand your Peggy.
What really?
Leave our Peggy
Mature?
alone.
What is mature? Is not 16. That's
Mature
teen.
mature in Australia is 15.
Oh my god.
What? What is
Or
above
would be an
that?
18.
What is above that? MA 15.
Senior.
And then R.
Okay.
Oh.
You okay?
Mature. This would probably be MA in Australia because M is mature recommended and MA is 15 and over only.
I see. Okay.
You have really weird.
Yeah,
ratings
we made
in
it very
Australia,
simple. Ours is Peggy 6, 12, 16, and 18.
Wow.
That's it, and that's just age in the number. That's what the number means. Okay. That's also. Well, let's talk about Game of the Year because it had a spectacular ending.
Well, first of all, congratulations, Elden Ring.
Elden Ring
Yes,
won
well done.
Game of the Year. Very, I think, deserved. It was. I mean, I feel like both God. I haven't played God of War Ragnarok yet, so I don't know. But from what I've heard, it also deserves that prize. But it had to be one of them, and Ragnarok had already. I mean, they pretty much won every
took a
category
lot
they
of-
were in. So
Yeah, it took a lot of technical awards.
yes. So also shout out to the flautist and the dude who played the whatever instrument he was
flautist.
playing. Yeah,
He went so ham.
he
Yeah.
was going. But then at the end, as they were playing them off, someone stepped out and said some bizarre shit, and I was so
Stealth 100.
I cringed out of my mind because I genuinely thought that was someone on their team that wanted to say something and they just didn't realize and
He
they played
walked
them off.
away from
Yeah.
the camera.
And so I walked away, and then I heard him say like fucking Reformed rabbi, Orthodox rabbi, or whatever, Bill Clinton.
Shout out
Yeah.
to my Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
Yeah, good old Bill Clinton.
But God, what a moment! And also, I mean, next year there's going to be some good security on the Game Awards, but that could have ended so much worse.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm not one to usually care about this kind of stuff, but like, with the stuff that goes on in this country,
Yeah.
in big public gatherings, maybe
I mean,
it should be a
even if
little
there
bit
was-
tighter.
Yeah.
Even if there was security on the door, he could have still just gone ham.
Even know the Game Awards was open to public
No, I thought
Like,
it was just industry
audience
people.
members.
Yeah.
Like most award ceremonies.
I thought it
usually
was like the
just
Oscars, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, apparently just some kid.
Just some kid. Thank God.
Yeah, it's just, he
Well, the
just
thing-
tried to
He
say a
did
little
walk up
silly
with them,
thing.
but he walked up to accept when the Elden Ring people were accepting the award, but he came from a different part of the audience as
Yeah,
well.
he came
He
through-
wasn't
through an
seated
aisle.
with everyone else.
No.
I have to say though, the way he patted one of them on the shoulder to let him on stage in front was such brilliant stealth.
Yep.
I don't know how it how did he
Well,
get that far?
this really shows the power of acting like you belong somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
just
Crazy.
So
Surely
15-year-old.
one of the Japanese developers must have thought,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't recall him working on the team.
I've said,
Translator, maybe voice actor.
Yeah.
I've said this before. In my role, I walk into the back hallways of in my job, I walk into the back hallways of a lot of places, and I'm like, because I look like I belong there, I don't get questioned, and I feel like, wow, you don't even have any questions for me. You don't. You
Yeah.
don't wonder who this random person that has just walked in.
Yeah.
It's scary how
Yeah.
effective it is.
Yeah. It is.
yeah.
But thankfully, it only happened at the very end of the show. Sad for the Elden Ring people that
Yeah,
that got
it
overshadowed.
feels like it took
but
away.
yeah,
It's a big shame because that's game of the year. That's
that's the big one.
well.
So
Mhm.
He was
Good
the-
job.
Thankfully, he was just a little 15-year-old Jewish kid
yeah,
trying to be a little fella.
yeah,
don't think it was hateful from what people
No,
are
there's been a
saying,
lot of
but
shit going around about it, but apparently
No, I don't think
it's
it was
not.
hateful. I think
It
he's
wasn't.
just like
he's-
he
It
has
was
a
shit
warped
poster.
sense of what is funny. Yeah, he's a shit
Yeah.
poster.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
probably a 4chan or Reddit user.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know 4chan, but definitely a Redditor for sure.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Okay. Well, anyways, let's move on. That's the Game Awards. Congratulations, everyone. We won the awards we were nominated to. 16 had a great trailer. All right.
Time for 14.
Time for some 14 stuff in this 14 podcast. Moogle Treasure Trove, The Hunt for Creation. We are getting creation Mog Tomes
Yes, new tome to collect.
starting December 12th. So if you're watching this on YouTube, it's already started. There are some items that you can get. Nothing new, unfortunately.
Nothing good.
The poster item, if you will, for this event is the Namazu neckerchief, which is from the...
It's from ages ago.
It's from ages ago. It's probably one of the first
Might have been the
ones,
first ones.
if not
It
the
was
first.
it's from a previous one. I think they're going to alternate because that's what they've been seemingly been doing. They're alternating between having an old one and a new one each
Yeah.
Moogle Tomestone event, which I prefer. Especially since you can't get 10 tomes from Praetorium anymore.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That is true.
Uh,
It's Saryu's
Saryu's
wolf
dog.
this time.
yeah.
That's the only dog I don't have. I'm about to get every single dog without going into earning it from a single Stormblood Extreme trial.
Yeah.
It's the way
Yeah,
it should
baby.
be.
Only
Orange
took
caramel.
3 years? 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me 3 or 4 years, and I didn't have to interact with a single stranger for it, Rollo.
Hell yeah.
That's the solo game style. Also
Yeah.
the Curl Regina glamour for some reason. That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. I mean, that's kind of difficult to get unless
It
you're
is.
in
I might get it
specific
just
Discord.
because. Yeah, no
Where's
one
the
runs
sheep
Curl
from?
Regina.
The sheep is from
Caracal.
it's from
Isn't
what's it called? It's from the
firmament stuff?
firmament, from
Firmament.
the Ishgard restoration.
I see. Albino caracal horn. The albino.
Because they're normally black.
Right.
Oh, right. I see. Yeah.
It's funny for the Star
That's a
Trek
Star
people.
Trek reference.
Okay.
Interestingly, I suppose all of the Greg fights are here.
No, they aren't. Only 3 of them are. One's missing.
Oh well.
Okay, but those are
Lots
the
of
rewards.
Greg fights ahead.
There is the dungeons that are on for this treasure trove. The Praetorium and Dun Scaith is the highest tier one, which gives you 7 tomestones of creation. So finally, you can be happy for getting Dun Scaith, even though for once it'll be worth running it. Dun Scaith, everyone. 5 irregular tomestones of creation can be you can get from the Weeping City of Mok. 3 or 5 is, of course, PvP, so Hidden Gorge, Onsal Hakair, the Fields of Glory, Seal Rock, and the Borderlands Ruins Secure.
Which one's
different
3 and
rates.
which one's a 5?
If you
They're
win,
all 3 if you lose, 5 if you win.
yeah,
I see.
yeah,
So
Should have
to
that
encourage you to
anyway.
actually try.
yeah. 4 irregular tomestones you get from Halatali, Braveflux. These are hard mode dungeons. Halatali hard, Braveflux is Longstop hard, and Castra Meridianum. And 3 you can get from the Void Ark, the Porta Decumana, the Zamail Darkhold, Cutter's Cry, and the Sunken Temple of Karn. You can get 2 from doing Kugane Ohashi, which is the these are all the Hildebrand
That's the Yojimbo
fights.
fight.
Jojimbo is his name, sorry, yeah. Battle in the Big Keep and Battle on the Big Bridge. So
One missing is the Dragon's Neck, which is the fight against
Yeah.
Ultros and Typhon.
that's not in there. How odd.
That's true.
There you go. The rest you should know. You know where the item exchange is. The itinerant
Near the
Moogles.
ether, right?
Yeah.
The Hildebrand trials are probably in there because it's a requirement now for the Endwalker relic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To encourage people.
True.
At the end of the day, if you've got everything, it's 20 for a giant beaver burger set, so that's pretty cool.
Yes. There you go.
I think I only want the wolf and then the fist pump emote because I'm not going into Eureka to grind it out.
Yeah, I'll probably get that if it's from Eureka.
Yeah. Okay. That's Moogle Treasure Trove starting December 12th. Live letter. It has. Okay, so this is funny because we were talking about potential dates for live letters off stream because we were trying to. It's hard to plan stuff for this game because dates are announced randomly and sometimes they're on really bad dates, especially December.
Sometimes.
Yeah, go on.
Sometimes you go weeks without any major news events.
Yes. So they have, for some reason, they have no regard for the holidays. They just don't care, and they never have, which is why I've been worried. Yeah, go on.
I'm going to say, I think Yoshi P has no regards for the holidays.
Right.
No. The way he spoke in the last live letter sounded very much like the rest of his team does care about it.
Yeah. So I was like jokingly saying it's going to be like on Christmas Eve. Like it's going to be something shitty like that. And then we thought, no, it's going to be like the week before. Surely it will. No. December 23rd, everyone. That's when they're going to drop their live letter. Which is a strange day to do that on, but okay. Noon Central European Time, 11 GMT, 10 p.m. Australia Eastern Time. It's the second part of patch 6.3, the 6.3 reveal.
Trailer time.
Yeah. We're gonna get the trailer. We're gonna get the patch art. We're going to get some demos of some stuff, and they're probably going to reveal the Ultimate, which has yet to be revealed. So that's a big day for a lot of people. There's also miscellaneous updates as usual, but, it's going to be some merch that we can't buy or something like that.
Swimming in Bronze Lake. Yay!
Swimming in Bronze Lake.
I've just gone back and got all the fish you can get from spearfishing. So more spearfishing fish, please.
Yeah. We've already sort of theorized. I mean, we've seen what they're going to present in this part. There's no surprises really for this live letter, but now you know the time, December 23rd, noon. I'll cover it. We'll cover it, but doing that on the 23rd. At least it's early, so I can go on with my day afterwards. But it's not a great date.
Speaking of sponsorship, when is 14 getting a G Fuel sponsorship that Liqueur can try on stream?
I would love that. Like a G Fuel.
I would love that
flavor for 14.
Especially if it tastes like garbage.
Yeah. I'll just keep going on about it all the time about how shitty this 14 G Fuel is.
Oh yeah.
What
this
even
flavor is you stole a sweat flavor. Drink up, gamers.
Well, if it had been a gamer sup, which is a different
bathwater.
That's what the competitor to G Fuel calls their flavors, gamer sup, I think. They call their flavors like avocado farts and like it's just stupid shit like that.
Made me laugh. So
it's funny.
working.
Yeah, it's funny. So I do want to obviously try that.
It's funny until you start drinking it.
Well,
it doesn't taste like avocado farts.
Described.
Well, what does it taste like?
I don't know. I haven't
avocado
tried it.
farts sounds like a internet tier, like a dark web tier, like humor video.
Yeah. Yes. Well, anyway,
like a bad weed strain.
Okay, let's move on. Almost said thank you to Yoshi P for the live letter. It hasn't happened yet, and I'm not going to thank you yet. But there you go. Starlight. We were debating, or we were talking about like speculating when this would happen. We learned that it's usually mid-December, and here we are, mid-December. It's been announced.
Pretty much is.
Georgi Fantasia'd.
It's Georgi Fantasia'd for this photo up here, as you can see, into a bunny.
Bunny boy.
This has... So, I want to talk about the rewards, because they're very interesting. There's not much to say about the story or the lore, but
read the text.
I'll read the text that was posted on the Lodestone.
Read it now.
Wintry weather has settled in across the realm, and the citizens of Eorzea have begun preparing for this year's Starlight Celebration. Festive lights twinkle merrily throughout cities and neighborhoods. warming the hearts of all who behold them. So make ready your tinsel and dust off your baubles. The season of giving is here.
There's tinsel in Eorzea.
So,
Yeah, isn't there tinsel on the Christmas trees?
oh, they string stuff.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. The rewards this year are a true yin and yang, a true good and evil.
Yeah.
The mount is probably one of the nicest mounts I've seen in this game. And I'm saying that genuinely.
Yeah.
It's really nice looking. It's clean and simple.
Yeah.
But just beautiful. Look
I can't believe they brought the oath tree back.
You can
unfortunately, they're giving us this gaudy, tacky.
Hey, cities do this in real life. They just string up their lights from their dead trees.
Yeah, they do that. I mean, it's true. You see it in all the cities. So yeah, it's a sad tree, but the mount is great. Like a reindeer. Hell yeah!
I'm surprised you. Well, I guess I'm not surprised you guys don't like it, but I did like it when I saw it. I thought it looked nice, or at least okay.
The reindeer?
No, it's okay.
No, well, I like the reindeer.
The
reindeer is actively good.
No,
it's just gorgeous.
I'm just kind of annoyed because it's an outdoor item, so it's like base anger already.
That's true.
Because they can't keep giving us outdoor items and then not increase the slots.
They can't keep getting away with it.
No, we have 20 slots on like a mansion. 20! That is nothing.
40.
Is it 40?
It's 40 for a mansion, 30 for a house, and 20 for a cottage.
Yeah,
okay, 40. We have 40!
It's still not very much.
We only have 40 for a mansion. That's nothing. We have been.
It's more about the icon.
We have been on our
black outline.
We've been on our limit forever, and it doesn't even look like we have that much out. Like, because there's like little things, like a chair, a light, like shit like that.
Pavers.
Yes, there's the chocobo stable. There's the letterbox. There's stuff that you need to have, like the etherite teleport thing. Yeah, and still it kind of feels empty. And then they keep throwing outdoor items, and then they throw this dead fucking tree at us. It's like, okay. If I had 140 slots, maybe 100. Can you imagine 100 extra slots?
Just be littering on the front lawn.
An extra 300. No, sorry, 3,000 items in each housing district.
That's fine.
I'll enjoy my PC running at like 3 frames per second.
No, listen, that's why you got the PS5, okay?
Yeah.
That's true. You'll be able to run it on that.
Yeah, on the new one, the new Pro model will be able to run it at 60 frames per second.
Yeah, but the PS4s will be exploding.
Yeah, they will. They're dead.
Well, they'll start locking housing to
announcing
PS5
end of
only.
PS4 support. Okay.
Soon.
Anyways, Starlight. It starts.
Can you make?
Yeah, go on.
I have an idea for some merch, Lakil. Make a version of the Oath Tree shirt, but then just add white circles to it and make it the speaker's Christmas shirt.
Yeah, we can have a Christmas shirt.
Yeah, I've been thinking about Christmas merch, but it's too late now. Like, it's the 10th. We're already 10 days into
It's
December.
too late now, yeah. This is
maybe next year.
Merch.
Yeah, next year. Don't worry, lads.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Starlight. It starts on December 15th, literally the middle of the month. Well, you can argue.
Approximately.
Approximately. Till December 31st, when it will be changed into Heaven's Turn, obviously. So,
Exciting.
Will it? Yes, it will. Wasn't it there's some weird
Yeah, well,
shit that happened?
No, it normally goes immediately from Starlight into Heaven's Turn.
Okay. I thought there was something weird last year where it like went like a week.
I think there might have been something weird where I don't think it was a week, but I think it was like maybe a day. I think there was like a weird gap.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, Starlight Celebration, go enjoy that December 15th. Get your dead tree and your fantastic mount. It's very nice.
It's so nice.
Okay, let's dip into our mailbag and read some MogMail. Here we go. All right, this time we'll read Mr. Wolf said MogMail from Goblin. This is a very, very long one, so hang in there. All right. Hey there all. First off, thank you for the lovely lore videos. It's how I found you, and I'm excited to hear you're working on more. My question relates to the speculation around 7.0 and the notion that there might be a soft or maybe not so soft reset coming with that expansion. There's that often discussed possibility of a new entry point in 7.0 for beginner players to hop right into the story, bypassing the previous 10 years of content with maybe a recap video, or maybe not, depending on the events leading up to 7.0. So the question: let's say the developers have a plan that's something like the above. Perhaps new players can start at level 90 for one job, but have to level up any other up as usual, and then begin the story that way. If so, then when does that put new level 90 content, like variant dungeons? Is it possible the speculated city-state variant dungeons that we're getting in the 6.x patches might actually be some of the first content new players unlock in 7.0? A sort of welcome to your city-state questline similar to A Realm Reborn. Imagine that as a new player, you arrive in Ul'dah and get swept up in a little starter quest to help a mysterious Lala in the market, only to later discover that she's actually the Sultana. Sound familiar? This quest then leads to the Sultana wanting to investigate her parents' mysterious death, and you find yourself helping her explore the variant dungeon. A dungeon you can solo as a new player to learn mechanics, and are encouraged to retry several times, or use the completely isolated variant duty finder and team up with other new or seasoned explorers, so you don't have to mess with the actual duty finder for a little bit until your first 7.0 MSQ dungeons. I might be looking for patterns where there are none, but maybe we're seeing some early 7.0 infrastructure being put in place. If this seems plausible to you, what else might be possible? Stealth 7.0 groundwork? Thanks again, and have a good one, Mr. Wolf said. Okay. Big topic, I think, but it's an interesting idea. It, again, brings back the age-old problem with MMOs, is that when it gets up in age, it's a lot to catch up on, and at some point they have to do something, because you can't. It's strange to advertise for an expansion for new players, and then you're like, oh shit, this looks epic, I want to play this. They get the game only to realize that they have to catch up to 10 years of like story. At some point we need a shortcut, and I think that's what we're using as a basis here for this MogMail, is could this be a way of doing it?
That would be one hell of a shortcut. Jesus.
Yes. That's yeah.
I mean, would it kill the boost potion market though? Because this is only for people that don't already have the game.
Yeah.
This will be a one-off on purchase for new accounts, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they should offer for new players the ability to skip with some sort of cutscene or catch-up. But I don't think they'll put in any real effort into making it like a fresh experience for everyone. I don't think it'll be like a memory wipe, and I don't think they'll encourage it, because I feel you miss out on far too much good content and storyline.
Yeah.
I think
I don't know why you need to get into like a new MMO and be right up there with the people who've been around for 10 years.
Well,
my friends are. I gotta be there.
That's what I was gonna say as well. If a friend is recruiting you and you want to play with your friend, this is like the main reason why a lot of my friends don't play this game, because there's just too much to catch up with. They play it for a couple of weeks, and then they're gone. And that's just how it always goes.
Yeah, I think that's just how this MMO has been designed, though.
But that's
I don't think it's
what
easy
they need to fight. But I understand what you mean, because 14's story, unlike other MMOs, is very complicated. Quests talk to each other.
It's important.
Yeah, all of just ignore the main story. All the side quests will also like expect you to have done the MSQ up to a certain point, so they will refer to you, as if they know you and all that shit. So if they were to write like a brand new storyline for like skip players, like, oh, you had a memory wipe or whatever, that's a lot of shit that has to be changed.
Exactly.
Just in addition to the MSQ. So I don't. See, it's hard. I don't know how they're going to do that. I mean, we already have the potions, the skip potions, which essentially...
And they give you a bit of story.
Unceremoniously. Well, they give you some, like, 2 lines of like some background, I guess, but it's not a story synopsis. It's just you've done lots of adventuring, now you're level capped. Go on and enjoy the expansion, essentially.
I don't know. Like, I can jump into any other MMO and grind to the end game and join in, and you don't really feel like you've missed
How many
out much.
10-year-old MMOs have you started from the beginning, though, Mela? That's the question, because you have to remember. We are on the 6th expansion.
Well, there's not many of them left that are still playable.
That's the problem. That's the thing, though. We're an old game. It takes a long, like, even like when a patch story is like 2 to 3 hours of story. So just counting the patches as well, you have like loads of story you have to get through.
Well, that cycle's going to take you between 15 to 20 hours each time.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you take WoW as an example, because I obviously have a background in it, so I know something about it, but if I was a new player, if I made a new account for it, their solution is you do a story to like get familiar with the gameplay, like 10 levels or something. Then you pick which expansion you want to play through the story of, and then you do the new stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they obviously, I don't need each expansion's, like, I don't need to play through the Burning Crusade, then Wrath, then Cats, blah, 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 to understand what's going on.
No.
Because it doesn't matter as much in that game.
Right.
I just want to get in, do some Mythic Plus with the boys, and then do some, like, raids and stuff, and it's fine.
Yeah.
This game
is different.
I would feel like if I jumped in and skipped, I wouldn't have a clue what's going on. I wouldn't know how to function.
Yeah,
there are people that play MMOs like that.
Yeah, we've
I've
talked about this
before. I have friends that play 14 like this, which I don't like. It annoys me that they do this, but there are people that play the game like this.
Yeah.
If they're happy to jump in at the end, give them the free skip when they buy 7.0.
Yeah.
But I just don't see a need to put in too much effort for those people.
I do have to say, we already have a system in place to help with people that want to immediately get into the action of the expansion, but still maybe explore the story at a later point when they've capped and they're like caught up with their friends. We have New Game Plus, which will allow you to restart the story. I think that's a good system. I think that when come launch, we're essentially not talking about what's in this MogMail because this was just setting the stage. But just so we're clear on this, they can essentially give at maybe the next expansion they'll give like a free jump if you want to jump up to cap, and then just tell them that there's a New Game Plus feature that when you're caught up, you can start the story, or you can start the story immediately. I mean, after you've jumped as well. I mean, you can just choose what you want to do. Do you want to go the long way, or you want to do a shortcut?
Listen, if they do that, if they start giving it away, I think what they'll do is they'll either make another little short YouTube series as the story so far kind of thing, to wherever the jump is.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe the jump won't even take you that far. Maybe they'll take it to Heavensward at best, or just after Stormblood.
Yeah.
Or they'll just do an in-game recap of like the abridged cutscene, 1-2 minute breakdown real quick.
Right. Yeah.
Which would still not be the best, but I guess would get you up to speed.
They did this. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that happening. There's. Yeah. I don't know about the variant dungeons. I think
they're too difficult.
I agree. I think they're too difficult.
First time, like this
variant dungeons.
When I soloed them, there's not many times when you're like dying, but they're pretty a bit of a slog with those trash packs.
Right.
When you're soloing them,
and if you're coming into the game like just brand new, and this is your first experience, that's a pretty because starting at level 90 does not mean that you have the level 90 experience. You don't, in fact. You have the level 1 experience because you haven't played the game before.
Who buys an MMO to immediately be asked to solo some instance?
Right.
It's an MMO.
Yeah.
I want to play with you. That's why I've skipped.
Yeah.
So Chad is bringing up the Unending Codex as another feature that they've added to the game so that people will be able to catch up pretty easily. Well, not easily, but like more easily than otherwise.
Yeah.
In the sense that like when each new character is introduced, they're like, they can remind you about the unending codex about this character. Like if you're confused who this is and why they're talking to you, here's your background with that character up until this point.
Yes.
I think even long-term players need that for like some characters.
Yeah, there's a lot of characters in this game.
They were clever because they added in about 3 or 4 different versions of that first, like the Near Automata Codex rubbish that they added.
Yeah, that was.
Then they did the Boston
depressing that was the first
thing that was kind of a bit better.
That was the first time it was used. Was for Nier?
I think the Nier one is probably one of the better parts of that crossover.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
What the better parts of the crossover is this UI system?
Yeah, because it has a cool animation.
The UI system, but also like lore-wise, you probably get more from that than this actual Yorha storyline.
Yeah,
Listen,
I got more from reading that one than my 55-minute fight with Engels.
No, you learned about the means of production.
Engels learned about the means of productions because I certainly didn't when I fought him.
Right.
He hit you with it, so you learned.
God, he was so too much HP. But yeah, I think for stealth 7.0 groundwork. I don't know about the variant dungeons. I think they would probably just thrust you into the new storyline. But Unending Codex is a good one. Free boost. The boost service that they've made so far, I suppose, can be a groundwork.
Yeah.
For like a reset expansion.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any evidence of a squish, but that might come Monday.
We haven't, but we are. I mean,
I think they said I think they have said that is something they will have to eventually do.
Yeah, they said the 7.0 will have the squish, wasn't it?
No. That is not confirmed. That is somehow the community is bringing that around, but that's because we're
getting a level squish until past 100.
I'm thinking of just a stat squish in general, is what I meant.
Well, we got that this expansion.
Yeah, we got a stat squish. That happened. That's already happened. We've been there.
But we might get another one.
Numbers aren't even real anymore.
So the
level squish.
We are reaching the dreaded level 99 or 100 point. So the question is more about like, are we reaching level 99 or 100?
Please be 99 or even 95.
I think it's just going to be 100. I don't think it's going to be.
I think it's just going to be 100 as well. I think 99 is nicer in terms of like relevance to the series, but I think 100 is like easier to squish.
Yeah.
Also true.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 100. I think they're going to break. I don't think UCP cares about Final Fantasy.
Yeah, we can prestige. Once we get to 99, we'll prestige, and now we'll be like bronze level 1.
And
then every level you get to put 1 attribute point into any stat now.
Hell yeah.
Maybe not even prestiging, but like for the people that made it to level 100 before the squish, give us something else.
Give us a feat of strength achievement and a unique title.
Yeah.
And a mount.
Or a glamour.
Oh yeah. A crown that's like 20 foot tall.
Or like
what?
an ugly version of like the calamity survivor tattoo.
Yeah.
Or a nicer version of it just to really annoy them.
No, nicer version has to be uglier.
It has to be ugly, like tattered.
Because that's the prestige, true.
Yeah.
The prestige is having a horrible tramp stamp.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Wolfstead. We're.
I think we basically answered it. Definitely.
I think so. We did that. We did the thing. Thank you. Next, MogMail is from Andrew Mandervey from Fairy. Hello, speakers. I just finished Endwalker and I saw how beautiful the robes the forum uses and found from an interview with Yoshida that they're making it wearable, but it's been a year since that interview. How do you all think it'll be implemented into the game as glamour? Well, I think you all know.
Mog Station, baby.
Are you saying Mog Station? Because actually, you can already wear it as part of a quest.
Yeah, for a quest.
That does not mean anything.
Yeah, I know it's for a quest, but like, I don't think anything that we've been able to wear before was something that they've gone on to sell to us.
They can change that.
Yogi, they're going to redo the quest. So once
I mean, they can change that. I'm just saying there's no precedent for it.
If so, head on to the Mog Station.
Yeah, they keep breaking formulas all the time. And also, they usually wait until it's like less relevant. Obviously, there's a reason why you can't wear it right now. It's because it's part of the main story of the expansion, and they don't want to release it immediately. That's why they waited with Knights of the 12, Knights 12, Heavensward. That outfit was not available until way later.
No.
So they're probably going to do the same here. They're just waiting.
I'm way less pessimistic than everyone else on the panel today. Then I think this is going to be available in game.
Okay.
I think it may be available in game, but I don't think it'll be available for probably, another year or more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is perfect.
I think we're not getting it until towards the end of this expansion.
I think this is a perfect online store content for them.
Those words should never have come out of your
What?
mouth.
I've given up a long time ago, Mela. I don't want it.
No, you're just shilling for like. I think this would be perfect.
What?
What you could do?
No,
maybe
you do
could
not
even
get
do
to twist me
bundle.
like this. We have one of our most controversial episodes is from like 2016 when the Mog Station was new, or 2017, where we're just debating whether or not this is a slippery slope, because I think they like opened up like you could buy dyes on the Mog Station, I think, or something like that. And we're like, is this going to be a slippery slope? Are they just going to give us in-game items, going to sell in-game items to us? And I said, that's going to happen. This is going to be bad, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Here we are. We're at the point where I've given up completely.
You've already given up.
They will sell everything back to us.
So I'm going to agree with chat on this one. They gave us the Ancients robes for free, which I think are more desirable than the Forum robes.
Oh, like the Sophic ones?
Yeah, the ones that you wear in Elpis. So I feel
because that would be... Yeah. I mean... Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I feel like there's a pattern.
Did we need the robes? They already knew we were presenting as a familiar.
Did we need the knights outfits from Heavensward?
In order to continue with this quest line, you will need this Mog Station item. And we're
I'm not going to discuss whether or not it's going to be on the fucking store. I hate the store to begin with.
Nikhil loves the store now because he just said this would be perfect.
I am shitting. This is me shitting on the store, you fuckers. I hate that store.
He wants Square Enix to take away his legacy cheaper
We are a
Nikhil's
the subscription service with a free-to-play model. It is egregious.
Nikhil wants you to have to go through the Mog Station.
Okay, chat. So thank you, Andrew. Andrew. That's I think we've answered your question.
Coolsville does suck.
The what will?
Andrew.
Coolsville does suck.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Coolsville?
I'm going to tell you something that's going to anger you, Nikhil.
Oh no.
Rollo just made a Scooby-Doo reference.
Move on.
Thanks for your question. Next, MogMail. This is from Crit Seymour from Seraph. Hello, speakers. It's been a while since I've sent in a MogMail. I think the last one I sent in was regarding male Viera and single male Mithra. I'm glad to report I'm living my dream as a twink bunny. Thank you, single developer who did this in their spare time.
Hell yes, brother.
I actually just finished watching your YouTube video for your 8th anniversary stream, and I just wanted to send you all messages to say thank you for all the content you've put out, and I'm glad you've all made it through the pandemic all right. Even though I originally...
One of us got infected.
Just at the end, dude. Just at the end. It's not even cool to have it, and that's when I get it.
No, it's not cool to have it anymore.
No.
It's shuggy to have COVID at this point.
Even though I originally started Final Fantasy XIV in A Realm Reborn on my PS3, it wasn't until the end of Heavensward going into Stormblood that I came back and got hooked on PC, largely through your Fall and Rise series and watching your Twitch/podcast that I really came to appreciate some of the aspects of the game and its lore that I otherwise missed. I know I'm not the only person that this is true for, but you all, speakers past and present, have brought great joy to my life at times that were otherwise dark. A terrible election spiraling into 4 years of chaos that only Asians or Alligans could dream of, that culminated in a deadly pandemic. It's been a couple of years, huh? It always felt nice to be able to put some time aside to have some normalcy and watch your streams or listen to your lore videos while driving, etc. While driving, interesting. While the Final Fantasy
Listening to the lore videos while driving is interesting.
Yeah.
Whatever you enjoy.
Yeah. While the Final Fantasy XIV community has its flaws, and I have taken some D6 emotional damage from some of the threads I've read as mod of the
I don't know if that's how you're
14
supposed to read
subreddit.
that.
Sorry? What did you say?
Are you supposed to read it like that?
Yeah,
What?
D6.
D6.
Yeah, he rolled a D6.
He rolled a D6.
You've got
What are you using?
I guess.
A dick sex? Is that what
No,
what
I
I'm
thought-
supposed to read?
I was
Okay.
looking at it as an emote, sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
As mod of the FFXIV subreddit, I've met so many friends, and I had so many memories and experiences.
So the subreddit, enjoy all the new people.
Oh God, everything's
enjoy
breaking.
The Fortnite community.
I've met so many friends and I've had so many memories and experiences I cherish in this game that I otherwise may have missed out on if I didn't rabbit hole down your Fallen Rise series. It's time for me to pray return to the Waking Sun, so I just want to thank you for all your content over the last 8 years, and I wish you all the best for the upcoming however many you wish to dedicate to this game. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Crits. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's
It's very nice of you to share.
You're
Hopefully
very
not too
epic.
many more, eh?
yeah. I love that they even know that we don't want to say how long we're gonna do this. Like, however many years you want to keep doing this. Yeah, thank you.
Little League's dedicated 14 podcast.
We are, but the thing is, we are for being so half-assed dedicated to it in a way, been very dedicated. It's been 8 years of this shit, so it's just always like maybe I won't do this. 8 years later. Okay, anyways.
Still on the fence, you know?
Yeah, still.
5 years.
What did you say, Georgi?
End at 5 years.
You keep cutting out at the beginning of that sentence.
It was supposed to end at 5 years.
True. That's
That
true.
is true.
That is true.
But we can't turn back time, unfortunately.
No, like Cher
Not yet.
famously
We
said.
need to make a crystal tower.
Yeah, yeah, and bring Cher.
Yeah.
Because
She's the
long.
power source.
Cher is my Doctor Who. She's my doctor.
That would be amazing.
I'd love that. All right.
I would watch that.
Okay, we'll read.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Crits. Thank you. Next is sort of the same. We'll start similarly, so let's do that one as well. Hopefully, that's ready for us. It's not, so just.
I wish one of these people put I've just finished watching a YouTube video for your 6th anniversary stream or something. They're still catching
someone
up.
who's still catching up. That would be funny. Yeah. This question is for Yaz. All right.
I have a question for MogMail writers, I guess.
Yeah.
Please tell us if you found this channel through minimum eye level. I want to meet you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes!
Thank you.
those are the real gems.
especially if you found it through one of the first ones. like Hawk Manor hard. If that was your entry drug. Yeah.
See, that was
This is
very
Fireplace.
disappointing to go through Hawk Manor and then the week after Hawk Manor hard.
Throughout, yes. And throughout Hawk Manor Hard, I think we keep going on about my lilies that I'm gonna get in the next expansion.
Yeah, the storm. It was before storm.
Yeah, it was funny.
You love those lilies so much now.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah. I underestimated them.
Orange in his book so he can improve his English.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. What a great show.
I know. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Melo.
Everyone watch minimum eye level.
Yeah, watch
Please,
Minimal
it's
Melo.
so good.
Okay, let's do the last one for today. This is from Honey Rider from Zervan. Hey speakers, congrats on the recent 8-year anniversary. Been listening since about episode 130, and it's been a blast.
Wow.
130?
Thank you.
Where is that in our timeline? So that's episode 100.
130. Let's have a delve before we read any further. let's have
Yeah,
a
we need to
delve
figure out
back
where we
into
are.
130. Let me get that up.
Is
So,
Yas there then? I think so. That would be Yas era, I think. 130.
130.
Rollo.
Oh, I found it. It was post Fan Fest interview to HP. Rollo is there.
Yeah.
Oh,
This was a Yaz free episode. It was just Rollo and me and you.
Oh, is this right after? I think
I
this.
think it's
Post.
Yaz.
Yeah, so it's
It
post
just
Yaz. It's like very
left.
early post Yaz, I think. So okay, all right. We
I
sing.
think
So you're
joined
used to this.
141.
This is essentially the crew
Oh,
you're used
that's
to.
actually very soon before I join, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, let's read the MogMail. So anyway, story time. Back in 2014, I went over to a friend's to play games, and he showed me Final Fantasy XIV. It was just after Heavensward had released, and he was showing off Oz's Law. Having never played a Final Fantasy game, but knowing of them, I was shocked. It was one of those love at first sight moments. I'd played games for years, but something about 14 just drew me in. I think even today, I still love Oz's Law so much, as it reminds me of that moment I first saw the game. Needless to say, the first thing I did when I got home was buy the game, sub, and I've never looked back. So my question is there a game that you saw and immediately fell in love with, and why? And bonus question, is there a zone in 14 that holds a special place in your heart? Thank you for all the years of content you've provided and laughs I've been able to share in. Much love, Honey. P.S. Servan may be small, but we make up for it in quality.
Oh, I just realized, you're on these.
Yeah, that's an Australian. Yeah.
Savannah.
Okay.
Observanite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love at first sight game, awkward, but not awkward, but embarrassing, but Kingdom Hearts. I remember that moment. Didn't know anything about it. Just saw the cover. I'm like, this is the one. I didn't even look at the gameplay. Just the cover. I'm like, this is my game, and it was. It was my game.
That's interesting because I didn't experience that with Kingdom Hearts. I had to I wouldn't say slowly get into it, but I had to get exposed to it a number of times before I jumped all the way in.
Yeah, I definitely had that experience with same with Lucia. I was like, "What, yo, Mickey?
Yeah.
Anime?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this my entire personality now."
Same. Yeah, that's what happened essentially. Yeah. Yeah.
I think my two big ones was Mega Man Battle Network. The second I saw it as a child on the fucking little, I think they had it on GameStop, a little, might have been a demo kiosk or like a commercial for it or something. I saw it and I was like, yo, they got internet Mega Man now? That's my shit. And then that also was my entire personality for middle school too. I lost my shit over net heavies.
Mm-hmm.
Second one was Dwarf Fortress.
Oh, really?
Yes, this one was late middle school. So middle school, very formative for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was very susceptible to a lot of things. I don't know why. I think I saw a random Let's Play of it back in like 09 or 08 or something like that on YouTube. And something just about the ASCII art and like the little dwarfs running around. I was like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm also making that a little bit of my personality.
I played a little bit of that version of Dwarf Fortress because I've always been fascinated by simulation games like that. But God, it's hard to get into. I tried so hard, but the menus, dude, they were so much. There was so much.
You just get over the hump. You learn about aquifers. You'll learn how to plant your fucking mushroom caps or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you make some wine, and then you're all set. Then you make the Dwarven Atom Smasher, which is just so fucking funny.
I
The
really
original
want
Dwarf
to get
Fortress is tough.
Yeah.
Because I grew up playing games like, you probably won't even know this, Angband and Mines of Moria. And like they were games like
Mines of Moria. That sounds familiar.
Mines of Moria, Lord of the Rings.
It's from Lord of the Rings. It was based on, you know Rogue.
Yeah.
Which roguelikes come from, and Rogue was an ASCII game, and you moved with the numpad, and like to attack you'd have to press like Shift A and then the direction you want to attack. I play games like that.
Right.
And Dwarf Fortress was too much to look at. Even but the new version of Dwarf Fortress on Steam, oh my God, Luke Hill, just get it.
I'm about.
I was such an elitist about Dwarf Fortress in middle school and high school because I was always like, people have to use the tile packs. I play with the ASCII art only. I
It
just
looks
get the
so
little
nice.
smiley. No, I play with the little smiley face.
Awful.
That's it.
Awful. Yeah.
That's how I like my Dwarf Fortress.
Yeah. So
I
yeah.
probably have 2 games. One that I got and one I never got.
Okay.
So I never got Monster Rancher on the PlayStation 1. But the idea of it instantly appealed to me because you could put your music in, like a CD, and then it would make a monster based on that.
Oh,
And I thought that
yeah.
was so cool.
Yeah.
And then you could fight with them, but I never got to play it. And then another one, which, if you've ever heard of this game, we can be friends. It's called Guardians Crusade on the PS1.
Guardians Crusade.
It was like a little JRPG where you went around with this pink, like pig
The
monster,
fuck
and you
is
could
this Peppa
could-
Pig looking ass game?
you could collect. It was like Pokemon. You could collect other creatures to fight alongside you. And I never got very far in it. I think I'm gonna rip it and play it on RetroArch or something.
Okay.
RetroArch, because I don't know. It was during that time when like I'd watched my brothers play FF7 and 8,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'd played them a bit too, and I was like, I want my own JRPG that I.
I want the one with the little pig, mom.
Okay.
Great game.
All right.
Actually, one more, and this one's iconic. I think, formative. Absolutely, this is why I became the way I am. Sonic Adventure 2. Love Sonic Adventure 1, obviously. They came out perfect time for me to like. I just didn't have a Dreamcast, so I just played it at my cousin's house.
Mhm.
But when I saw Sonic Adventure 2 at the game kiosk thing, like the little demo,
That's
the
how
kiosk.
so many people I know go to Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, but specifically,
I
I
got into it.
remember I saw Shadow the Hedgehog in fucking Chicago. And I was like, yo, Shadow the Hedgehog's in Chicago. I got him.
Yeah.
Which did I had one Dreamcast Sonic Adventure game.
Are you talking about like the location being Chicago in game?
Yeah,
I mean, it's based on San Francisco.
yeah, but the Shadow one I just always thought was Chicago as a kid for some reason.
Okay then.
All right, we need to speed up. So, Georgi?
Okay, so the first one that I can think of was Super Smash Bros. Melee. I went to some random friend of my mother's friend who had a son who had Super Smash Bros. Melee, and I was instantly addicted or hooked to it. I cannot even quantify how many hours I spent on Melee and then Brawl.
Melee's the best one, dude.
I'm not that kind of an elitist of Smash Bros. Elitist. It was what impacted my decision as to what console I wanted that Christmas, because I had a choice. I had to either get a GameCube or a PS2, so I chose a GameCube, and then I was in the Nintendo. What's the word?
Ecosystem?
Ecosystem. Thank you. I was in the Nintendo ecosystem up until I got a PS4. Every other console before then I had to borrow from my friends. And the other one I can think of is Pokemon. I mean, a little bit with Pokemon Yellow, but more so really with Pokemon Silver is where I really got into Pokemon.
Okay. All right.
You're lucky.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. Why?
You got in a little bit. I really wish I had a Game Boy growing up.
Right.
I had an SP, so my first real Pokemon was Sapphire, which I loved. It's, I mean, it's a really good Pokemon game, but if I had one, I'd still have all the cartridges, and they're worth an absolute.
Oh, I have every single cartridge.
I
still.
really want all the cartridges.
Don't burgle me.
I'm gonna burgle you.
Rob his ass. He's got gold in his pockets.
For me, this is
I
like
got gold,
PewDiePie's
as in like
cast.
Pokemon Gold or actual gold, or
Yeah,
like
he's got
metaphorical
Pokemon Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have Pokemon Gold. I only play Pokemon Silver. Although it's not as valuable.
No, I prefer Silver.
Okay, well, there you go. Second question, bonus question. Is there a Zone in 14 that holds a special place in your heart? And to me, it's very strange. Because of the... I would never have said this if A Realm Reborn hadn't happened, but the Central Shroud is a thing. It was my first return to Eorzea after the Calamity, and it was so strange. And I just still remember. So
were you hit with an overwhelming sense of, oh my god, I know where I'm going?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then there was music, and there was like all this, like, it just felt like this. Oh my
Not
god,
spooky music.
Yeah, and it was like I know this place, but it's so much better now. It just felt like this whole.
It's much more welcoming.
Yes, and it was so bright. Like 1.0 Shroud had like really dark greens, like very
That's
dark.
true.
In A Realm Reborn, it's like it's got a little bit of yellow. It's got a little bit of very bright greens.
The dark, yeah, particularly Central Shroud. The darkest
yes.
greens are in East Shroud and South Shroud.
Yeah, just tearing down the room. Yeah, so Central Shroud. Even though I've never been a fan of Central Shroud. Of Shroud in general. Central Shroud is like every time I go there, I'm like, oh, this brings me back. Also remembering walking around there and then having like a recording or the VOD of the live letter from like when they opened the Shroud for like the Shroud was like the reason why a Shroud is so special to me is because that's where the beta was when you were it was the only accessible area in the beta, but also during the alpha.
The first beta,
yes, the first beta
for Realm Reborn.
For A Realm Reborn, yes.
Yeah, I played that.
Yeah. We were probably that's weird to think about. We were probably walking around in the same area at that time.
I just got annoyed at invisible walls.
Yeah, there were lots.
I was trying to jump off the edge.
Well, yeah, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of bugs.
Don't worry, you can do that now.
Yeah. But during the alpha as well, which was Yoshi P would like stream walking around in the Shroud. It's just all the Shroud, dude. He managed to make me like the Shroud.
Walking through the Shroud is always a joy because it has I think the Shroud has the best sound design. Like,
I agree.
Sound design.
Yeah, the ambience in the Black Shroud's great. Like you can hear the rustling of the leaves and the animal. Yeah, it's very nice. So, anyone else favorite or a special place in your heart?
Yeah, I got an easy one. So this is kind of sad too.
Okay.
Ilmeg.
Okay.
I love.
Yeah.
First off, because I love the dungeon, of course. I just one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I just I don't know why. It just literally tickles
you
my
have a
little
thing for that, which no one else has. I think it's just.
But particularly from one experience, I get this is gonna sound like kind of silly or a little pathetic, but I just went through a really bad breakup when Shadowbringers came out, and I saw my ex in game too, and I was like, this fucking sucks.
Yikes.
So she was they were in like I forgot what fucking zone. I just left the zone immediately, just TP'd out. And I went to Ilmeg, and I just started grinding the fates and like doing every side quest there. And I was just like, you know what? This is like a happy place for me. Like this is like sincerely just nice.
I
looked around all the underwater parts of Oberg. I went to all the caves. I talked to everybody I could. And it's just perfect distraction. I loved everything about it, and I got really immersed in it. It helped me really kind of focus myself.
Okay,
that's good.
I see. All right, that's good.
I thought you were gonna say the locks, to be honest.
I love the locks too, but
yeah, the locks. Why would he say the locks?
He loves.
He likes the music.
The music, right? Yeah.
Also,
true.
he has a soft spot for Stormblood.
That's true. That's true. You tend to have a soft spot for
his head since birth, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason. Okay, Mela?
I think Southern Thanalan. You know when you teleport to Little Alamigo and then you run out?
Yeah.
Like to the south bit? I think just because I was there quite a lot, I remember that being sort of... Because that's kind of mid-level, you know, you're getting pretty far in the story.
Yeah.
And I just liked Thanalan in general. I think it's because I started in Uldar, but... I don't know, something about the lighting in Thanalan.
Yeah.
When it gets to nighttime, the sky's so clear and you can see all the stars. It's a nice place.
Yeah.
I feel that way about all of the Realm Reborn zones, so I think they're the best zones still. But
yeah,
it's partly nostalgia, but it's partly to the detail they put into them.
Yeah,
because they're smaller.
Yeah,
but yeah, Thanalan's good.
All right, Georgi.
I think the one I'm going to go with is Upper Lenosha, which is great because it's getting an upgrade soon. But also, like, because the two sides feel so different from one another. I know they're both relatively small, but in total it does make a larger zone. But like the left side feels like so isolated from everywhere else in the game because it has no aetherite. And it just like there's the giant like
well,
that's where Simurg is or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah. Who?
Not Simurg. It's like the one it's the Leviathan-esque looking skeleton. It's not Simurg. Simurg's
I did a
like
video on it once. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh yeah.
And then you have the nice like hot spring on the other side. Talos, yeah. And then there's the nice hot spring on the other side. It just feels very like diverse, but also like welcome. And also it's got a special with the Wanderer's Palace has also got special meaning to me as a scholar main.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, and it was the first place that the game clipped me through the ground.
Okay.
First moment.
Yeah.
First out of bounds moment.
Yeah. I do, which again, the Shroud is also the Shroud is the first place where I knew there was oobing going on back then. Because back then, there were so many spots you could oob at. Like, you could... But the Shroud specifically had loads of areas where you could just go out.
Yeah, loads near the Sylph area.
Yes, lots of that.
I was a good boy. I didn't do it intentionally. But I did want to see if I could walk to the other side, and I could. But you can't get back up because there's technically a false wall at the lake edge. So you can get there, but you can't go any further.
I remember, God, it's so weird to think about that because that was like a secret community, the Oob community. You know, I was never in contact with them.
Now it's full of disgusting bots.
Well, now, I mean, there's no point because you can fly, so you can essentially access most areas that we used to Oob to before. And I remember there was one spot that was in Wineport.
The
Castrum.
Yeah,
you had to
turn. You jump against the wall.
You had to turn off the FPS limit. You had to have it free.
Yes.
So you could jump, and at a certain point, you'd face through the
against
wall.
that wall. Yeah, I remember that.
That was.
I used to do loads of out of bounds with that GM we used to play with.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe we're ending here.
No.
Let's. Yeah. I mean, I feel like yours more. Yeah. Okay.
We have lots around Shroud, but there was one near one of the consulates in Stormblood.
I was not involved in that. Square Enix, by the way. That's Mela.
Just
Mela.
Lukiel. Yeah, and now I was surprised that there were still like interesting ones still around in Stormblood that people found.
Yeah. Okay. That's it for MogMail.
Lukiel Bravestone, by the way, he did that.
Mela Vanadar. Lore was used to be where he was.
Yeah.
Mela Vanadar Lore is his full name.
I should have stolen that house.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a story for another time. Thanks for watching, everyone. That's the end of the show. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, for the last time live in 2022. So make sure you catch that next week. If you're watching live, we'll be continuing in the post show. We're reading questions from the Syndicate.
Remember to say Lodestone?
Did I say Lodestone?
I said, were you going to say Lodestone?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. This is automatic, so whatever I was going to say, it's gone. Thanks. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXLV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfHeidel, and youtube.com/SpeakersXLV. Exclamation Discord in chat if you want to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, link is in the description. We'll be going into the post show now live, so make sure you catch that if you're watching live. If not, we'll see you next week. Bye!
Bye!